Well, hello, water signs, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. You may have noticed we're doing things a little differently. This is the fruition of that new idea I was getting right about your read time, actually. The new moon. I was like, you know what? These are getting longer. Let's try splitting them off. That sounds like fun, but we're still gonna do one intro for each sign because I'm not doing this 12 times. Sorry. Just won't. I like the 4. The 4 is fine because I do change and progress as I go through these, and the message always just slightly changes. It caters to the elemental energy. So I'm going to keep that, and we're going to keep going with our structure, but we're going to just break it off into a little bit more digestible pieces. So we'll give it a try, see how it goes. We have a full super blue moon in Pisces coming up here on Thursday, and it's been outrageous. I said I was going to be big, and I don't know about you, but it's pretty big. It's like the biggest of all of the big stuff, all happening all at once. And perhaps this is because it's my birthday month, and the full moon is actually on my birthday. So, like, if you go over to the soundtrack ever for Tarot Nights, August is going to be the longest playlist that you get. It always is. Every year when I do a personal playlist, August is always filled with stuff because it is a very dramatic time. It's the end of the season. It's the change. It's the harvest. We're getting into things. And yeah, it's the end of my year. My my year comes to an end, and I start a new year here at the end of the month. So for me especially, it is a very transformative time, but I think for all of us as well. Again, with all of these cycles that we have been put through, it's gonna be big. So I'm really excited to get into everybody's reads. It's gonna be a wild ride. Boy, I'm so ready. So let's get into it. Well, hey there, Pisces. So when I left you on the new moon, we were shooting for the 10 of Pentacles, and we ended up shooting ourselves in the foot. So let's see if we did something about that. Shooting ourselves in the foot. Did we do a little shadow work? Did we aim a little higher this time? Looks down immediately. The back of the devil. He gave up and was walking away. Or are we walking away from him in our minds? And that's a good thing. That's what we want to see. Don't let that ego get in the way. Like I said, full moons is big. Big deals. This full moon is a big deal. Indeed. For all of us. Like I said, it's huge. So, how you doing, Pisces? A little tap in. Was she thinking about it? Oh, hello. So, we're gonna stack here a little bit going on. We're coming back on this Empress. I'm pretty sure we were on this side of the Empress when we were looking at her. But look who is sitting on top of the deck. The Emperor. Now, are they facing each other? Are they coming together? Or are these two energies at least in the same realm, the same scope? Good question. Okay. Alright. So, our Empress, our feminine energies, she is facing down that devil. She is working on her issues. She is coming into the understanding and approaching it with that feminine aspect. Good. We are picking up right where we left off, and you're listening. These cards was here. Go back if you missed. If you're not tuned in yet, come on in. But yes, That feminine energy is doing her work. She is facing down those demons, that shadow, that devil energies. Yes, she is. I swear, it's almost all the same cards all over again. Then we go, the Ace of Cups, a Five of Pentacles, a Seven of Swords, and a Two of Pentacles. You start off so strong, Pisces, and you just kind of like fizzle out into like giving upness. Quit it. This is why I love Pisces, and we also sometimes don't get along. Moment. Okay, we're back. And it gave me just enough time to separate this out in my mind. So, these are the things that we're working with. These are the things that we're dealing with. These are our depictions of that devil energy, even. Dark side of that Ace of Cups. I know we all want to see happy, help, and love in the Ace of Cups, but I think what we're starting is a new relationship with how we feel about this Ace of Cups. We are observing the shadow parts of our love lives. Our not even necessarily like romantic loves, but like just love in general. Because there is a dark side, is there not? So, further examination, understanding, coming to terms with this is definitely a theme I'm getting here. Because we're also dealing with that feeling of lack, feeling like we don't have these things. We're dealing with our own feelings of self-sabotage. We are dealing with feeling like maybe we shouldn't go out and steal some hearts if they don't want to be stolen. And we're also examining this dog and pony show that we've been putting up, this front, this charade that we have been carrying in this particular love matter. And all of these is what's adding up to the dark side of this Ace of Cups. We're gonna do this. I believe in us. Take 3. This is a good read. I don't want to give up on it. I really don't. It's going places. It's doing things. Yes. Do that internal work. Why put on a show for somebody if you're not getting paid? Right? If you're not even sure what love is or what it really looks like, and I'm not saying that you don't understand what love is, I'm saying like if you don't understand what this love is to you, if you don't know who you are in this love, what do you have? You're just sitting in the dark, aren't you? But it's alright to be in the dark. It's okay to be in those dark spaces. Dark spaces are where we do our greatest transformations. Think about it. You don't get changed out in the middle of the street. You don't put on your clothes in front of everybody. You go retreat away from everybody, away from everything, to change your clothes, to change yourself, to change your mind, to change your attitude, to change your representation, right? So stop dancing in front of the crowd and find your quiet space. Absolutely. And keep working with this strength, this inner love and compassion. Hold it for yourself first. Because if you can't love yourself, then how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Right? True words never spoken, I tell you. I stacked the deck with this. I split the deck before we started and I was going to shuffle and I'm like, ooh, we're starting with Pisces. I'm going to put this on the top of the deck and see what happens. Here we are. In the darkness is where we meet. That's where it all comes together for us. That's where we start to put those pieces together. That is how we create this Two of Cups. Oh, chills, Pisces. Chills hit just at the perfect time for all these cards to slip out. Just a reiteration. To retreat into yourself, to examine yourself, to evaluate your losses, your gains, and all of the things, and to decide, to choose to take this information that you have been working with. Choose. Choose your path. You are at a crossroads. Don't overburden yourself with this, but also keep looking at it. Keep working it over in your brain. I know that when you are doing this, it brings up a lot. I think I said in your last one, like, you're kicking up dirt. Good. Keep digging. You're going to have random outbursts of toxic negative energy that just spew out of you, and you won't know why. But keep working the process. Don't get discouraged if you feel yourself coming back into these kinds of energies. Don't be afraid. They're just popping back up to remind you of what we're moving away from. It's showing us what we don't want so that we can come out of this darkness a little bit less burdened. This is somebody we can share that burden with. But you can't get there if you don't do your inner work. That was in your last read too, I do believe. Do I have more for Pisces? We've had 3 takes. I don't know where we're at anymore. I know it was a good flow. I know that I wasn't going to stop. Regardless. Because it's good. It's gold. This is gold right here. Pure, solid gold. It might not look like it in the dark of night, but you can feel the weight of it. You can almost see the glint, the shine coming off of it, even with the absence of light. And she wanted to do there, so I'll let that pass. That's turning, working. Let the gears grind. Like I said, if they're grinding too hard, add a little bit of oil. Bust out that WD-40 and keep grinding. It feels like a long and lonely journey, but I don't think it's so long and so lonely. I think that in the darkest part of night, you just can't see very far in front of you right now. That doesn't mean that you're not getting anywhere. If you keep walking, your path, if you keep observing all of these things that are happening around you. And by the way, that full supermoon is a great time for releasing some of this stuff. Practicing a ritual. Doing something good for it. Was I not? This is fun. I'm just talking and the cards are falling out in line with my stories as I talk. This is cool. I'm enjoying this. You betcha. Look at that, Pisces. Just look at that big old moon there. Look at that friendly face. Though you might feel alone, you're not alone. There's spirit energy everywhere. There is kind help everywhere. So go out into this moon. take a few breaths and really think about all of the people who have helped you. And these can be people that have hurt you. These can be people that you don't even know. Passing you on the street, somebody says something, a little piece of advice from a sage old wanderer, somebody like me, perhaps, who comes in and says, hey, you should look at it this way. Follow that. Listen, and give thanks. Give thanks under this moon. Above all else, gratitude is a big theme right now. Not just gratitude for the things that we have, that we love, but gratitude for the things that are bad, that have happened to us, because they were there to show us what we don't want. They were important lessons. Yeah, Pisces. I think this is at the end of our road right now. You've got a lot of work to do, and I think you can do it. I absolutely believe in you. No part of shadow work is easy for anybody, but if you want to come into alignment with a divine partnership, if you're going for that 10 of Pentacles still, that's still a goal of yours. Keep working this system. Words. Mercury retrograde. At least I'm not talking backwards yet. Yeah, okay. But yeah, you've got some really beautiful influences here, and a lot of this is coming from you internally. You have, like I said, little helpers around, but the most important thing to remember is that we have to walk the walk. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face what I think you should do, but whatever steps you take is what's going to dictate your outcome, ultimately. So, keep dreaming, Pisces. Keep scheming. Keep working on this shadow work, this internal journey. You've got this. And you're going to do great things. Have a fantastic moon. It's going to be amazing, I tell you. Go sit under it. It's already beautiful. We'll see you next time.